Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Got a question for you. Have you ever had sex with a guy thinking that if you did that, he would like you or fall in love with you quicker? Or did you ever have sex with a guy where you jumped into bed too soon and you wound up regretting it because you realized that it was a mistake? You should have waited longer. Or maybe the guy quickly disappeared because he was a boy. Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention because today we're going to talk about how your vagina is a privilege, not a right. Now, I'm going to say that again. Your vagina is a privilege, not a right. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's look at it this way. If somebody just gives you something and you don't have to earn it, do you really value it? Versus those times where you had to put your hard work in, you had to put your time in, you had to put some effort in to earn that thing. Don't you value it so much more? Now, before you start going off on the wrong path, I'm not talking about playing games and manipulating guys and stringing him along. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is not giving away the keys for free. You know, there's the old expression, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Well, it kind of works that way. Remember, if your goal is to create and have a great relationship, you have to value who you are. You have to own that your vagina is a privilege, not a right. And so the best way to do that is to act that way. See, I'm going to give you a little insight into the male mind. We know what to tell you, ladies. We know how to get to your soft spot. We know how to give you a wine or two, a glass or two of wine, nibble on your ear, nibble on your neck to, make you start moist, make the panties drop. We know that. We've known that for years. It's in the guide code. It's on page number 1. So you've got to realize is that this is how it works. Now, you also need to realize that when you go to sex too soon, your emotions and your hormones go to another level. And because of that, it makes it much more difficult for you to think and act clearly. Now, you know what I'm talking about. There's been plenty of times where you've done that or you've had girlfriends do that. So this is about taking your time. Now, I'm going to give you a little ease here. It's not about waiting 6 months, 6 years. Okay? It's not about waiting marriage unless that's your moral beliefs. Okay? I truly believe that if you are on your game, you are operating from your power, and you have your eyes and ears open, and you're seeing as you're dating a guy, if he has the qualities and characteristics that you're looking for, and you're focusing on all of him, not just the part that's exciting and not just on the chemistry, and you're really operating from that place, then it's relatively easy to spot a guy when he's worthy of your vagina. Okay? So that's what this is about. So I've got a little homework assignment for you. I want you to come up with a plan on when you decide to give it up. Now, this is your life, it's your journey, and it's your vagina. So you get to decide. But whenever I work with a client, we have them come up with a clear plan that works for them. Because see, I believe there's a part of you that knows the answer to this question. So if you just take some time, get out of your head and just listen to your heart, you'll come up with that answer. Now, you may say it's 5 dates, 5 weeks, 5 months. Okay? It really is irrelevant. What matters most is that you are operating from that place where you're showing a guy, listen, pal, you ain't getting in there until I decide that you're going to get in there. And so when you are clear and you operate from that place, what you do is you immediately separate the men from the boys. Because the boys aren't going to wait around if they feel they've got to work too hard at it. Okay, most of the boys, 90% of them are going to go, you know what, I'll just go to the next woman because she's going to give it up. And trust me, there's lots of them who do that. And there will be 10% of the guys who now look at it as a challenge. Okay, but you'll be able to tell those guys because after 2 or 3, 4 dates, they're going to start putting the high pressure sales on you. They're going to start, nibbling on your ear. They're going to start they're going to pull out all the tools to show you that they're not really listening to you. They'll say things like, you know what, it's just sex. It's an important part of the relationship. It's a new millennium, okay? It's 2014. They'll use all the bullshit on you to try and get your pants off you. But when you're strong, when you're in your power, you're going to, nope, I see that. But you'll also see the men rise to the top. They always say cream rises to the top. Because they'll say, you know what, I'll get it. When you're ready, we'll go there. because the reality is that's just one part of the relationship, and the other parts of the relationship are just as valuable. See, the way I look at sex, it's kind of like a pizza pie. It's just one piece of the pie. It's a very important piece as a guy, but it's no more or no less important than the other parts. And if you're going to have a truly happy and fulfilling relationship, you've got to realize that. And so the purpose of today is for you to take some mirror time and to come up with your plan. Make a decision of when and that you will sleep with a guy. Again, 5 dates, 5 weeks, 5 months, marriage, engagement, whatever it is. Nobody has a right to tell you what that should be. And I also want to know if you have a plan and how it's been working. And what I'd love for you to do is to share your plan with the GPS for Love community, because GPS for Love community is all about supporting each other so that you can create that great relationship, the kind you desire and the kind you deserve. As always, it's an honor and privilege. We'll see you next time. Much love.